Hello, this is Virtualis the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. I love the romantic style of chess, with its audacious tactics, bold sacrifices, all supporting an early, massive attack on the enemy king. Let's have a look at this following game. So this was a relatively short game of the Jaenisch Gambit accepted, and I had the black pieces against the Ruy Lopez opening. So opponent with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and a bishop b5, the Ruy Lopez bishop. Jaenisch Gambit, immediate f5, asking the question of what they're going to do. Now, they accepted the gambit, and when they accept the gambit, you push forward your pawn, attacking the knight. And the logic here is that the knight ostensibly doesn't have very many good places to go. Kind of like a reverse Vienna gambit. However, in this setting with black, because we're one step slower, because we started second, white does have some options. So here, white decided to capture, and here I didn't think too long because I thought, oh yes, if they let me the opportunity to capture, I was just going to capture. And so I spent, I think, 3 seconds, which is pretty much just the time it took to move the mouse, to take. Now this was a blunder. As you can see, Stockfish didn't like it, almost +3 here. And what I should have done in this position is to first take the bishop, and this now needs to be clarified by white. The problem with doing this other way, capturing the knight first, is white can now evacuate the bishop and capture the pawn, which of course they did, which means that they are 2 pawns up, +2, and I have nothing. No pawns developed, no pieces developed, 2 pawns down. They've got a developed bishop and 1 pawn that might be slightly too advanced, but clearly white is in a better position. So this was a mistake on my part, a blunder, just due to not thinking through the opening. Pretty much as soon as I made that move, I knew I made a mistake. But I thought, look, it was already a gambity opening. Let's go full aggro. Let's play a very romantic style of chess. So next bit here, really, I just wanted to potentially develop and castle if I'm allowed to, but the opponent didn't allow me to. So they pushed the bishop to h5, which comes with check. A very good move. So I saw this. I thought, look, I could take the bishop, but the queen now comes down and stares at the king. And the problem with that, and I sort of calculated this line, is that this is potentially very bad. So even if I didn't do that, here I am in big, big trouble. So what did I choose to do? So instead, I thought here, I might clarify this position right now. And my logic here is at the end of this exchange, as you will see, take, 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 I have an open H file. Now, Stockfish hates this, +5. I knew this was probably not good. Back in this position, I thought the best move was probably going to be king f8, and I think that actually is the case. But that would be a very passive position, and I am losing. I am losing already. I might as well try to play romantically, aggressively, try to do a combo to try to attack, given that they've castled probably prematurely in this setting. So they push a pawn, and now immediate the bishop to d6, doubling up on that h2 pawn. And my thought here is they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to defend this, and I effectively win a bit of tempo with development. So that's what they do. And now I move my king, attacking the bishop, and again, they're going to have to do something. And and the thing to note here is the H, G, and F files at the moment are all semi-open files, the e-file is fully open. Their king has been castled on this side. My king is also on this side, so it's a high-risk maneuver, but I thought that maybe, given that my tactic is to really now attack aggressively on that side, I might have some chances. So again, I thought they'll have to move the bishop, which they do, potentially gain a bit of tempo. And how am I going to get this bishop? I thought fianchetto the bishop, and I was going to potentially sacrifice the bishop, turn that into a fully open file. So they sort of developed their knight, fianchetto bishop, almost all set up. They thought, yeah, look here, look, we'll pin the knight to the queen, ostensibly a sensible looking move, but now I'm all set up. Okay, so staring, and I've connected my rooks and my queen, all three, into a battery on my back rank. So if I clear the H file, potentially these pieces can go and give a pretty strong attack on the king. So let's see what happens. Take, king comes forward. Take with the rook, king comes forward. And now I've smashed open the defenses on the king side. Yes, I'm down 9 points of material, but at least now I have some chances. Queen to h8 with check. King forced to move. That square is open. Queen to h2 with check. Not checkmate though, because the king can slide forward. And I thought, look, that's okay. Another check. King now forced to come onto the e-file. Bring now the other rook onto the e-file with check. They block with bishop. The bishop is of course now pinned. So I've got two pieces there. That pawn is the final protector, however. Bring my bishop across. Put pressure on the pinned piece with check. So yep, good move. Move the knight to block the check. So why did I do that? Because I was worried that if I moved my king, obviously if I move it potentially to this file, there's some potential issues here. If I move it here, the bishop can potentially come out. If I move it here, again, I've got some potential sort of risks with the other pieces. So I thought, let's block the check with the knight. Depending on what happens, that knight is exerting pressure on that e2 square as well. And I thought that they wouldn't have the guts to capture. So they play their knight, attacking my bishop. Good move. Take the bishop. They take back. Here with check, and king actually moves to the wrong square. You can see the feedback. That actually hangs a mate in 1 from plus 18 to a mate in 1. Now again, part of the thing here, I almost, without thinking, I didn't think they were going to make that move. I thought, oh, now back on an open file, I could give a check. So I gave a check, and immediately after I made that move, I thought, oh, wait a minute, that was a checkmate. I'm not sure if white saw it either. They decided to block the check. Didn't have to look twice. Mate. Down 9 points of material. I was very, very happy with this game. Good game. GG. My big takeaway is to try this romantic style of chess. It's fun and very satisfying when you win. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.